Hello, this is Gio. Hey, look what I have here. I have an ADT touchscreen control panel. And if you have an ADT security system in your home, you may have a panel just like this. And depending on how complex your ADT system is, you may need to bypass some specific protective elements such as door protection, window protection, or other zones in your home. And so that's what I'm going to talk about today. I'm going to show you how you can specifically bypass certain protective elements while still having the rest of the components operable. But first I want to direct your attention to the top of this screen. It says ready to arm, so it's not armed yet, but it says bypass. And that is indicating that there's already a component being bypassed. So to figure out what that is, you'd go into zones here. And then you would scroll down until you see something with a negative symbol here. And that shows that the police panic alarm 1 is currently being bypassed. And that's actually being bypassed by a bypass fault because it's actually out of battery. So if I were to clear the bypass, so if I were to hear clear bypass there, I'd need to enter my code. And then on the front of the screen, you'll see not ready to arm. And it says supervision. And it's telling you supervision 17 police panic 1. So that pretty much means this system cannot be armed because there's something wrong with one of the components. So when that happens, let's say a bad battery or you have a defective device, you will need to bypass that before you can arm your system. And for that particular type of bypass, you just hit zones. And then you would scroll down to see what the issue is. So as you scroll down, you'll see now the police panic alarm here is in red. It sometimes is in orange, but that is an indication that there's something wrong with that device and needs bypassing or repair. So if you want your system operable until you could get it repaired, let's say the battery replaced, what you would want to do is just hit bypass faulted, and that will bypass everything that's faulted on your system. So if you have one thing or multiple things, this will bypass the faulted items. So we just hit bypass, we type in our code, and then it brings us back to here. It gives you the display bypass up on top, and you will see a negative right there. So now your system is operable minus that particular device which you're bypassing. So let's say you want to bypass an element that's perhaps not faulted or broken. You just have a reason to bypass a particular element of your security system. Let's say you're in your backyard and you want your back door open, but yet you want the rest of your home secure. So typically ADT won't let you activate your alarm system with one of the components open. Let's say a backdoor component open. So you would need to bypass that backdoor element before you can activate your alarm. So let's do that. We want to bypass our backdoor and still activate our alarm system. So we hit zones, and then you want to select the back door for being bypassed because you want everything operable except the back door. So we're going to hit the back door and then just hit the bypass button here. And then we enter our code, and then you'll see at the back door there's a minus sign. So everything's operable except for the back door. We also, in this case, we want to hit bypass faulted just to make sure that everything, all the faults are bypassed as well. Hit your code, and then you can see where the panic alarm is being bypassed. So we want to go back. And I'm going to hit arm stay since I'm in the house right now. So we're going to hit arm stay, enter our code, and then in 60 seconds, everything should be armed. And there you go. It's arm stay with the bypass, and now you can open and close your back door as you need. But remember that the rest of the components in your house are armed. And then so to disarm it again, you just disarm it like you normally do. You hit the disarm button, you enter your code, and then it'll disarm it. You'll notice once it's disarmed, my fault is still activated. The panic alarm is still faulted. And so to get rid of that, again, we just go into this menu, hit bypass faults, enter your code, and then go ahead and go back, and everything's back to normal here. So that is how you bypass certain elements of your ADT security system. Well, I hope this video helped you out, and if it did, please hit that like button at the bottom of the screen, and even consider subscribing to my channel. I'll have many more videos to come. Bye-bye.